Chapter 1 starts with King Janak's question. Teach me, Lord, how can knowledge be acquired? How can liberation come? How is renunciation achieved? Sage Ashtavakra continues responding to King Janak's question with this verse. Having given up all external and internal fluctuations and illusion, I am reflected self, ego, meditate upon self, as immutable non-dual consciousness. Now, let's embark on a journey together to understand and experience this profound verse first. In a land far removed from bustling cities and mundane concerns of everyday life, there stood a mystical mountain known to few but revered by all who knew of it. This mountain, unlike any other, was said to hold secret of immutable, non-dual consciousness. It was called Meru, Mountain of Immutable Consciousness. The mountain was not just a physical entity, it was a symbol of journey to highest reality that remains unchanging while everything else changes. A young seeker named Dev, driven by an unquenchable thirst for understanding true nature of existence, learned about Meru from ancient scriptures. With determination in his heart and a longing in his soul, Dev embarked on a journey to climb Meru. The path was steep and filled with obstacles, but Dev was undeterred. The higher he climbed, the clearer he understood that the mountain was not just a climb, it was a meditation, a reflection of his inner journey. As he ascended, he began to give up external and internal fluctuations, learning to calm his restless mind, just as a seasoned climber learns to balance and find footing on precarious paths. The mountain taught him stillness, echoing words of Bhagavad Gita. The mind is restless and difficult to restrain, but it is subdued by practice. The illusion of reflected self or ego became apparent as Dev climbed higher. He realized that his ego, his false identification with his mind and body, was like a shadow on mountain, ever-changing and insubstantial. Ramana Maharishi's insight guided this realization: the ego is a reflection of true self and mind's mirror. The climb became a meditation upon immutable, non-dual consciousness. With each step, Dev delved deeper into understanding and connecting the trinity of mountaintop, highest reality, mystery, behind Maya, and anvil, unchanging nature. Dev reached a plateau, a place of equilibrium, where he entered highest state of meditative equipoise. He understood that this balance was not just physical but a profound inner alignment with self. Amit Ray's wisdom illuminated this state. Equanimity is hallmark of spirituality. It is neither chasing nor avoiding but just being in middle. Finally, after a long and arduous climb, Dev reached summit of Meru. Here, he realized his true nature, immutable, non-dual consciousness. The mountain had led him to understand in self as both universal substratum, termed as Brahman, and individual reflection or ego. As he stood at summit, embracing vastness of world below and clarity of sky above, he knew that he had not just climbed a mountain, he had ascended to his true self. The journey up Meru had been a journey within, a climb to very essence of non-dual philosophy. Adi Shankaracharya's words resonated: the immutable Brahman is substratum, changing world is a superimposition. With a heart filled with gratitude and eyes filled with tears of realization, Dev began his descent, not as same person who had begun climb but as one who had transcended illusion of separateness and awakened to oneness of all existence. Meru, mountain of immutable consciousness, continued to stand tall and unchanging, a beacon for all seekers, a symbol of eternal truth, and a guide to immutable self. Dev's footsteps on mountain were like echoes in vast silence of consciousness, a silence that spoke profound language of non-duality, a silence that resounded with eternal Om. Begin by finding a quiet place where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself in the present moment. Imagine yourself standing at the base of the mystical mountain Meru, the mountain of immutable consciousness. Feel the anticipation and excitement as you prepare to embark on this adventurous climb, symbolizing your journey to understand immutable, non-dual consciousness. As you start your ascent, become aware of the external and internal fluctuations within you. Like Dev, learn to find balance and stillness amidst the restlessness of your mind. Remind yourself of the Bhagavad Gita's wisdom: the mind is restless and difficult to restrain, but it is subdued by practice. As you climb higher, notice the illusion of the reflected self or ego. Recognize how your false identification with mind and body is like a shadow on the mountain. Continue your climb, meditating upon the immutable, non-dual consciousness. With each step, delve deeper into the understanding of Kudastha, imperishable, connecting it with the highest reality, the mystery behind Maya, and the unchanging nature of the self. Reflect on the words of Adi Shankaracharya: the immutable Brahman is the substratum, the changing world is a superimposition. Reach a plateau, a place of equilibrium, where you enter a state of meditative equipoise. Embrace the profound inner alignment with the self. Remind yourself of Amit Ray's wisdom: equanimity is the hallmark of spirituality. It is neither chasing nor avoiding but just being in the middle. Finally, visualize yourself reaching the summit of Meru. Here, realize your true nature, the immutable, non-dual consciousness. Feel the unity of the universal substratum, termed as Brahman, and the individual reflection or ego. Assert this realization, knowing that you have transcended the illusion of separateness and awakened to the oneness of all existence. Savor the view from the summit, embracing the vastness of the world below and the clarity of the sky above. Feel the silence that speaks the profound language of non-duality, resounding with the eternal Om. Gradually, begin your descent, not as the same person who began the climb but as one who has ascended to the true self. Carry the teachings and realizations with you as you return to the present moment. Open your eyes, feeling a deep connection to the teachings, this story of the mountain of immutable consciousness. Let this meditation guide you in daily life, helping you live in alignment with the profound wisdom of non-duality. This meditation practice, inspired by the adventurous climb to the top of Meru, provides an immersive and transformative experience. It echoes the teachings of this verse, guiding you on a journey within to understand the immutable, non-dual consciousness. By engaging with the symbolism and wisdom of the story, you can deepen your connection to the profound truths of the verse. Remind yourself that the mind is restless and difficult to restrain, but it is subdued by practice. Assert that the ego is a reflection of the true self in the mind's mirror. Reflect that the immutable Supreme Self is the substratum, the changing world is a superimposition. Remind yourself equanimity is the hallmark of spirituality. It is neither chasing nor avoiding but just being in the middle. Assert that the unity of the universal substratum, termed as self, and the individual reflection or ego. This helps to transcend the illusion of separateness and awaken to the oneness of all existence. By incorporating these assertions, the meditation becomes a powerful tool to not only understand the profound teachings of this verse but to embody them. It helps you move beyond intellectual understanding to a living experience of the non-dual truth. Take a few moments to bask in this newfound understanding and peace. You may like to repeat these meditation steps for 2 to 3 times more. As you open your eyes, you feel a profound connection with your true nature, filled with serenity and wisdom. Summary chart on the screen represents the key teachings you just have grasped during your journey to the mountain of immutable consciousness. The teachings about immutable consciousness continue to resonate within you, guiding you on your spiritual journey, till we meet again on the next verse.